there's a whole list of these firms that consult, which basically just means bring us in and we will fuck your shit up. You'll pay us to do it too. Like, which is a business owner, it's amazing. You would pay people to run your shit into the ground.
She even said that what was the word? Oh my God, I can't even believe. Do you know what she called the consultants? I'm not even going to joke here. She called them this on stage. Collaborators. She might want to look into the history of that word. Just saying. She called them collaborators. And she also said they knew nothing about the gaming industry. She would bring in collaborators, consultant collaborators that know nothing about the gaming industry to tell them how to risk assess, how to sensitivity read, how to change up. In other words, activists.
Yes.
Bring in activists that know nothing about gaming at all to do the S in the ESG, the social and the ESG. Holy.
That's impressive.
Oh,
well, I mean, the impressive part for me again is, and I think that's how deep this runs, is that we got a lot of people that are here, and I know a lot of you guys are gamers, and you watch movies or you read comic books or whatever your nerd kind of culture thing is. You got to understand just how infested that this shit is, because what's happened is, I mean, just let me explain the logic as simple as I can. It'll sound fucking retarded, but this is what's happening. You have what is now a phantom problem. And what I mean by that is that it's not a problem at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
But people have convinced people that it was. And I think this is what all these race and social and gender hustlers did, right? It was like, hey, this is a problem. Had been one before, but right now this is a problem. And not only is it a problem, it's one of your most pressing issues. So we got to get this addressed, and we got to get it addressed quick. Now they convince, and this is what, I mean, the social justice left is impressive in this aspect, that they were able to convince not one company, not two companies, basically an entire sector of the industry that they were needed. Right? So you have these problems. They're fake, but they say, hey, we are here to solve them. So you had two ways that this thing was being done. You had number one, what you have in the Sweet Baby Inks. So you have these external companies that are being hired, commissioned, if you will, to be brought in to fix this phantom problem. On the other side, you have these DIE programs that are built within the actual companies. And so they're doing it themselves. They have convinced these idiots enough to say, okay, we are going. I remember covering Best Buy not too long ago. And I remember reading off this man's title, and it was like the lead diversity inclusion. It was like all this bullshit. Like
a made-up job. Yeah, gotcha.
Job. It's a completely fake job. It's not real. There's no true demand, market demand for that position. It is completely artificial, right? So they've done it. Those are the two ways. You got internal and you got external. At the end result is the fucking same, and that is a non-problem that is seen as a problem. Yeah, and they were so good in convincing these people that it was an issue that you had counter signaling, man. You mentioned earlier where a company will come out, maybe it's a post on social media, maybe it's a full-blown fucking commercial, like what we get with who are we talking about? CD Projekt Red, right?
Yeah.
An entire fucking marketing campaign and telling people how we're not racist or not sexist or not homophobes or whatever it may be.
Sounds like the comics pledge.
Yeah.
DC.
Oh man, sounds a lot.
We're not gonna rape our employees.
Good on you, man. That's a brave and very stunning position to take. That you will not actually use aggression upon peaceful people.
Yeah.
More power to you, man, for being.
Hey, Eric. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the bad things.
As man, you gonna come on my channel and take such it's a hot take, man. That's a position. It's brave of you to take that publicly to say that bad things are bad.
They are. I don't agree with bad things.
You are a brave, very brave man, my friend. Very brave and a very bold man. And now we got to make you, I guess, a Rippaverse diversity officer. So you can
too white for that.
But seriously, David, and I don't mean to be a doomer here. Sweet Baby Inc. And again, I have a story that we're going to cover here in a little bit about them. But Sweet Baby is not the only ones.
Oh, no.
Consider what it is that I just said. Okay. These motherfuckers are everywhere. Right. So I believe you specifically stated this earlier. If it wasn't Sweet Baby Inc., it was going to be somebody else.
Sure. Yeah.
It's going to be somebody else. And
they all got the same fucking names.
Yeah.
It's like Sweet Baby Inc. or Weird Monster or something. Like they're all got these same fucking names as well.
Yeah, quirky, weird fucking names. But they're everywhere. And these companies have brought them in to fix their non-problems. And a lot of that has to do with like the story elements. A lot of it has to do with how many people that you're hiring. And there's been other like weird ways. We know with Hollywood, one of the ways that they've tried to address this non-problem has been tying some of the awards that they are eligible for to this diversity shit. I mean, you talk about what is that BAFTA or whatever that shit is out there, where they got like you got to have a certain percentage of minority.
And the Oscars.
No, all of them are like that. Mm-hmm. I believe that the British did it first, but yeah, a lot of them are like that. Pretty much all of them are that now. Where your this team has to be made up 50% minority, which really just means not white man.
Not white, yeah. Just say
that's simpler than the way that they do it. It's simpler to say that if so you just don't you want more than 50% to be not white straight men. Okay, got you. But that's essentially what this is. That's all this is. And it's trying to use coercion, extortion in the case of with the strong arm, right? To pimp these folks into giving them these fake jobs. And that's the impressive part of this actual grift, as in like they're swindling people. It is fraud. They are quite literally swindling people in that they have convinced them of a non-problem and they will pay you. Too oftentimes, and what we've seen with some of these other narrative-based games, to ruin it. I will pay you to just imagine being a business owner and that's your position. Like, hey man, I will pay you to fuck my shit up. How do you feel about
that? Well, the sad thing is, Eric, they're doing it. That's the hilarity. The hilarity is that they're going in and they're doing it. Now, some companies, the ones in the East, they are very quickly realizing that this is fucking cancerous and dumping Western companies because they realize because it might have initially sounded, oh yeah, we'll buy into this because this is the thing that's going on. And then you're like, oh my God, no.
Right.
Oh my God, this game's lost us 50 fucking million. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they see what's going on. Then they're just like, okay, we're shutting down all of our Western branches. Bye. We're out of here.
See you.
So the Eastern companies know because they want to actually make some money. The Western companies, no, they'll go down in a fucking steaming fucking pile of flaming turd. And then they'll get there at the bottom and they'll be like, it was worth it. Just really,
the collaborators, remember? Yeah. That's the communist way.
That's what the CEO of Gillette said when they lost $8 billion off their market share. $8 billion. After that disastrous boys will be boys. Here's a transsexual shaving because that's our target audience. What? And then they lose $8 fucking billion on their market share, and the CEO goes, it was worth it to spread the message. Was it though?
Yeah, like really?
Was it though?
Was it though? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna press X it out.
Yeah, man. I don't think it was. And yeah, I think that that's the part that has to be considered. If you are a fan of these properties, look, you and I are both gamers. And I go into every game really now with a sort of a grain of salt. You kind of have to, especially with the AAA stuff, right? It's like
in the West, yeah, sure.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios. Next up, possibly our most anticipated book thus far, Yaira.